Okay, so hey Nancy, hi Sandra, welcome. So again, just giving people a chance to join us. Jeanette, amazing. Nancy, I love you guys. It's so fun. Like, thank goodness for internet, eh? We may be socially distancing, but we still have access to tap into one another. This is so fun. Hi Ivory, love it. Carrie Ann, awesome. Welcome, welcome. So I thought it might be fun as we wait for a few minutes for people to join us to just type into the chat, what are the benefits or the positive experiences you've received from being socially isolated, for lack of a better term. So yeah, what in the past week have you noticed has been a positive for you? So I want to just start before we get into the meat and potatoes of what we're going to work on today. Yeah, just make a comment of anything you've noticed as a benefit. Like for me, I'm enjoying not being busy, not rushing to hockey or getting the kids ready for school by 9 in the morning. Like the lack of rushing has been beautiful. So that's one that I've noticed. So I'd love for you guys to start with making a comment. Oh, love it. Hey Julie, hi Jen. Hi Sarah, thank you. Lynn, yay. Peg, hello. Video seems stuck. Is it still stuck? Quality time with kids, totally. Like we've got the craft box, which I haven't brought out in a while. We've started doing different things that perhaps I wouldn't make time for otherwise, right? Board games, we're playing way more board games, bringing out the puzzles. You know, it's kind of tapping us back into sort of a childhood like what we would have had, perhaps maybe more so than otherwise. I have chlorophyll in my water. I heard somebody wondered what I was drinking, but it's chlorophyll. And it's got like a minty flavor. I get the chlorophyll mint, and it just helps kind of deodorize and detoxify the body. I just like how it tastes. Okay, lovely. Hi everyone. Hey Heidi. Okay, couple more minutes here. All right, so let's get started. I wanted to kind of, some of you I know my work really well and others are kind of new to me. So I wanted to kind of play this call out in a way that would be similar to my Souls Inspired Masterclass. So generally, just to kind of let you guys know, I do offer a class similar to this once a month, where you would get continued ongoing support and a really amazing networking community, like group of like-minded souls that you can tap into on my Facebook group. So generally with each call, there's a specific topic and then it unfolds with specific downloads. So I'm gonna bring in energy downloads as they're guided. I like to do visualizations that help you kind of tap into a fear or a limiting belief, which we're definitely gonna do on this call. And I generally speak to like a topic. So I want to share with you guys the guidance that has come through as to what the heck is going on right now from the highest perspective rather than from the fear that we're being fed on the news. Cool? So that's what we're going to look at today. So it's going to be jam-packed. If you're kind of new to alternative healing, I'm going to warn you this is going to go deep really fast. So just absorb whatever you can and just take it in. And for everyone, like take what resonates and leave what doesn't, right? So I'll just share what kind of has come through for me around this stuff that's been up with all the virus chaos and fear and panic in the world. Okay, so yeah, excited to help you navigate sort of what's up for you and what's being triggered, because we're all intended to be triggered. This is actually a massive purging event for humanity. So know that. This is what it's meant to be. It's meant to be a purging event of anything that's dense, that's heavy, that doesn't serve, that isn't in alignment with who you truly are. Okay, that isn't in alignment with love. So that's kind of the first thing. If you feel a little bit off or like you're purging a little bit, oh, it seems not to be able to connect. Oh shoot, okay. I'm gonna try this again. It says error loading. Okay. What if we try this video again? Do you think that will be better? Okay, let's try again. Okay, round 2. I'm going to give everyone a chance to log in and join us. Hopefully this is working better. Hey MJ, Janelle, is this working better, guys? Hi Dina, Sandra. Take 2. Facebook Live. Hi Lindsay. Thanks guys for joining. Pat, Wendy, Jennifer, yay. Give everyone a chance here to join again. I see you now, yay! Okay, it helps when you can see and hear the live webinar. Okay, amazing, love it. All right, thanks guys for being persistent with me here. Love that we still have access to technology and access to connecting through this forum. So, and for me, as I was mentioning in just the previous video, there are actually so many positives coming from this. Like, I feel as though people are being really creative and really genius when it comes to like putting their business online or offering free workouts or yoga classes or whatever it is. And even the government was on CBC talking about providing finances for businesses to kind of be creative and create products that we may need right now. Yay, it's working for everyone. Okay, amazing. Awesome. So round 2. So in today's call, I want to outline for everyone sort of how to navigate through this climate. And for me, the best way to navigate has been able to see the bigger picture. And so I want to share that with you, because having sort of these intuitive insights and then, you know, following different other ascension guides and ascension coaches has helped me to know and see what's actually going on, which helps me to stay out of the fear. So I want to kind of structure this call similar to how I would a Souls Inspired Masterclass. So I offer a monthly call, and I generally speak to a topic and help you through different downloads. We're going to bring in energetic downloads and release limiting beliefs and fears, really shift your awarenesses around whatever the topic is. And then we generally do intuitive healings where we go in and kind of do a meditation or visualization to really help shift things as well. So we're going to include all of that in today's call. So it's going to be jam-packed with lots of awesome stuff. So with that being said, let's just kind of get started. So I want you first of all, and I know some people started, to think of the positives. And I know there might be some fears popping in, but what first are the positives of this experience for you so far? So we talked a bit briefly, I'm not sure how much you caught of the last video, but we talked a bit about more quality time with your kids. You know, maybe feeling like you don't have to rush as much. For me, it's been seeing all the creative outlets that people are tapping into on social media, the humor that people are bringing in around this. People tend to find the humor and it's kind of being light. Maybe there's a coming together of families. right? Just some quality time. Anything else? Are you finding that you're spending more time going inward? Because that's definitely what this is supposed to partly be about. Going inward and finding yourself. So do notice the positives. And if there's any that you want to share, please include them in the chat here. I encourage you to kind of make this dynamic. So if you have a question, add it to the chat, or if you have something to add, if you had an experience through something we witnessed, please include that as well. Okay, so I am going to warn those of you that are new to my work that we're going to go pretty deep pretty quickly. And I will try to, include you in some of these spiritual knowings. And for everyone, anything that resonates as truth for you, really receive it. And anything that doesn't align with your truth, let it go. So just perceive this and all the information that comes through and all the healings as is aligned for you and for your truth. Okay? So, the first thing I kind of wanted to share was this idea of perspective. So in everything, we're either perceiving something through the lens of love, which is the lens of all that is. So my soul essence, we're going to get deep fast here, just to review for everyone, to get everyone kind of on the same page. My soul essence and your soul essence is the energy of all that is. So we are having a non-physical, our non-physical energy field is having a physical experience. So we really, when we tap into the knowing of our non-physical self, we can step into like listening to our inner guidance. We can step into connecting into like those bigger aha moments and awarenesses that pop in. Like I literally was just told we have to finish the floor at our house. Huron Street, and I was just told like you need to order that floor just as a precaution in case they don't have access to it or maybe the prices go up. It was like order the floor now. And so I messaged Ryan and he was like, yeah, I just got that same message an hour ago. So we're both intuitively getting the guidance, go order your floor. And the me of before, 8-9 years ago, before I found these alternative therapies, if I heard any kind of whispers, I was not necessarily listening to them. Whereas now that I listen to the whispers and I act on them, I'm in my flow. So this is what the world is being asked to do. We are at home and being asked to go inward and really listen to those spidey senses. So can we give you the highest perspective, understanding, and truth? So this is an energy download. Would you like the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on how to listen to your inner guidance, especially now? How to go inward for guidance and what it would feel like to make that kind of a daily practice and a daily activity for you. So lately I've been asking, what is it that I don't know? So show me what I know what I do know, and until I know something different, this is what I know to be true. So show me what I don't know. And I'm literally having this conversation with all that is, which is myself, the soul essence of me, but it's also in all things, right? So it's this concept of oneness. But I'm having this conversation and being shown some of these intuitive insights that I think are really important for me to share with all of you. So to go back to the love or fear thing and that everything is coming in from a perspective, I love the analogy of the idea that I'm looking at the number 9, okay? So if I'm looking at the number 9 and I'm sitting in the filter of love, so say I'm looking at the 9, and if you're standing straight across from me on the other side and looking at the number 9, how do you perceive it? Right? Do you see it as a 9? No, you're like, it is a 6, and you are solid and confident that it is a 6. And I'm like, no, but this is a 9. I see it as a 9, and I am sure it is a 9. Right? So we're both seeing the same thing from completely different angles and completely different perspectives. So I challenge you or invite you to look at how this 9 or this 6 could be the same as what's happening in the world right now. So you can choose to see it from a filter of love, or you can choose to see it from a filter of fear. And generally, I'm in love most of the time, but don't get me wrong, the fears sometimes come up of like, lack, blah, 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 blah. And oh, what about this? And I listen to the news and then what, right? The news has a really powerful way of pulling you out of love every single time. So I suggest listen to it sparingly or as you feel guided, and use it with a filter. So I'm asking you from a place of fear to tap into love as much as you possibly can. And I'm going to help you do that on this call. So that's the point. And I keep getting, if I can kind of share from an ascension perspective what's going on, it's going to help you stay in love. At least it really has for me. Okay. Beautiful. And Pat's saying here that we're really seeing how connected, or so this is Wendy, sorry. Wendy's saying how we're really seeing how connected we are on this planet. Absolutely. With massive worldwide events becomes like there's unity of coming together. And we're doing that. We're showing up for one another, even though we're like in our own little isolated places. There's a feeling of coming together for sure that's happening right now. And Pat saying everyone is affected. Small businesses, big businesses, hockey stars, like we're all affected. And it's bringing this understanding that we're all one. It's kind of leveling the playing field a little bit, right? And we have been in a world that has been focused on greed on some level. It's been focused on material desires. It's been focused on like struggling and working hard and a lot of conflict and drama. So we're actually being asked right now to step out of that. Okay? So a lot of you've probably heard, or some of you maybe have heard of kind of this concept of the old world versus the new world. So the song, It's the End of the World as You Know It, is accurate for right now. And not to scare you, but it's the old world, the world of conflict, of struggle, of trauma, of drama, of hardship, of, oh, I had so many here. What else did I say? Of suffering, of fear, of confusion, of pain. Like how many of us are pain and depressed and, working through so much? That's the old world. That's the world we lived in up until recently. This is actually the awakening of the new world. So what we're feeling, like the fear and the conflict and the confusion and the overwhelm, it's actually the dismantling of the physical old world. It's really kind of interesting when you look at it. We're actually being asked to purge and release right now. So again, this concept of the old realities, so in the spiritual realm, they call it the 3D world and the 4D world, and that's what I'm talking about, probably how you've been living up until recently. So again, it's the greed, it's the materialism, it's the busyness, it's the struggle, the right and wrong, so all the ways you made everything right, all the ways you made everything wrong, somebody's better than you or worse than you, the comparison, the judgment, that's all old world, right? And that's dismantling right now. So when we stay in that place, it's actually really exciting. Like if I'm not in fear and I'm sitting in love, I get super excited as to what's going on right now. Like so excited. And I literally at night, I'm doing this. Like I cannot sleep because I'm just connected to all these energies, but it's the energies of excitement. So to back up a second, I think it's important that everyone knows that humanity right now, so the way I kind of perceive it is like Earth in the bigger picture of like the universe and of the galaxies and of everything that is through all time and space. Earth was kind of like one of the weaker links, right? Like if you perceive how we've got war and we've got all these issues, not to become a Debbie Downer, but let's just look at it, right? We got some heavy stuff going on here on Earth. And so in a lot of ways, we've been the weakest link. So what happened was many of us came in as way showers to be embodied now during the 2020 Ascension Gateway. It's actually like, again, this New Earth movement is massive. So if ever you're like, why am I here right now? This is why. Our souls are like, this is so exciting. I watched a video and it was clever. I'll see if I can post it on the call for everyone. But it was this video of two girls who were speaking telepathically to one another. They're not actually talking because they're in the other realm. They're in like the astral or some other place. And they're having this conversation about like, I heard you were a part of Earth's ascension. Like you were there on Earth during the 2020 ascension. And she's like, oh my God, like it's like this epic time that every soul through infinity is going to be speaking about. And our physical selves are super excited to be here now. So can we give you the highest perspective, understanding, and truth in all that I just said, and make yours the same? And can we show you how to see, know, and perceive this time through that lens of truth? And see, know, and perceive this time from the highest truth as to how this is pointing us towards the new world. So the new world, and it's not just us, it's like the ascended masters are helping us, the galactic beings are helping us. Like there's so much support. Mother Gaia has ascended, so Mother Earth, her vibrational frequency has increased to the point that we can align as humans on the planet with the same frequency Jesus was able to hold, or Yeshua. So we're actually being called to step into that high vibrational frequency right now. This is the new earth energy. So it's actually about amplified sacred love. It's about total embodiment. So this is one thing a lot of people were learning too, is can we show you that this is really the first time that we've been embodied as fully enlightened beings in physical bodies. So for any of you that know people, like I have a friend, a few people actually I've worked with and clients as well, who they've had symptoms kind of resurface right now. Old stuff is resurfacing. A lot of people don't realize that they can stay, because up until recently, we've only known how to leave the body to become ascended. It's like when we leave the body, we remember all that we are as that empowered, all that is essence, but we're being asked to remember all that we are now in a physical body. So can we show you that now's the time to do that, and you don't have to die or take your death door to do that. So can we bring in the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on how to stay in the physical body, to choose to be ascended as a fully enlightened being and live in this new earth energy now. And that you can be excited to be kind of a way shower and a light worker, or whatever it is moving forward in this new wave of the new earth. Okay, does that sound like a good plan? So let's just bring that in for anyone. And this place is about flow. It's about freedom. It's about surrendering to your trust. And that's going to help you shift out of the fear, right? So I know people are, small business owners, big business owners, we're all kind of like, where are the finances coming? And yet at the same time, if I'm not in that place of lack, like I'll flip into that fear for a moment. And then I'm like, okay, but from the new earth, I can co-create in totally different ways. So this is old world thinking of lack, right? Of like, okay, where's this money coming in? And I have to just kind of stop myself, because I don't want to create that with my thoughts. I'm like, okay, but I'm shifting into new earth. And I can't even fathom, I can't even begin to understand what's coming. It's so far beyond our comprehension. The world is going to look completely different. The education systems are going to change. The finance systems are going to change. The government systems are going to change. There's massive change coming. So can we show you how to be excited for this change, and how to flow with this change, and how to trust the process of going inward, of being isolated right now as we're being asked to, and how to see the bigger picture and the benefit for all of humanity, and that we have that now. And we're being asked to step into higher states of consciousness, and we can do this with ease and grace. So can we show you how to purge and release anything that's coming to the surface right now with ease and grace, and how to shift into this new world you with ease and grace, and that you know how to do it, and it can be fun, and it can be light, and that's possible for you. Okay, so any questions on that before I get in? Good question, Jeanette. So she's asking, as we are self-isolating, is there something specific that we can be doing other than being present and vibrating high? So ask every night before bed, I would ask, what can I be for the world today? And I was actually shown last night when I asked that, so what is it that I don't know? How can I be? And I actually saw myself becoming, it was cool. I was like weaving light, like I was working light into the fabrics of the world. And we're going to do a little group healing at the end of this call, I'm hoping today as well. So ask. So just say, what can I be today that would be a contribution to the world? Put that out there, and you might have an insight of like, you know, the green grocery, my sister's place here in Stratford is going to provide meals for the nurses, or they have. You know, she's in this place of like, how can we be of service? And then who knows what the ripple effects of that will be. So how can I be of service? How can I be an amplification to the world? And that's what this call was. It was like I kept getting the hints to put this call out there, and then somebody messaged, hey, are you doing a free call? And I was like, yes, you got it. You got the message too. So just stay in the question. Cool? Okay. Awesome. Any other questions before I feel like I'm talking really fast? But hopefully you guys are rolling with it here. Okay. Lovely. All right. So it's really important. So what can you do? As Jeanette just said, connect in, ask, how can I be a contribution to the world? How can I be an amplification for myself right now? So self-care is really important. We're being asked, we're provided this time for self-care. So take it, use it, go inward, meditate, do some yoga, whatever works for you. Go in and do your theta healing. Connect into all that is. Connect into all that is within yourself. Ask for guidance. What is it that I don't know yet? Show me. What else do I need? What else can you show me that's important today? Just play with asking those questions and see what can come through for you. And the other thing is be creative. So right now we're being asked to really, because again, we don't know what we're stepping into. So listen to the wisdom and the guidance of the creativity that might be coming through for you, and play in that place. Cool? And work out, like move your body. Our bodies are being asked to move right now, and as much as possible try to eat high vibe foods to help keep you high vibing. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's move on to looking at some of the fear stuff that has surfaced. So I had some people write down some fears that were coming up for them. So I want to actually do some visualizations to go in and work on some of these fears that are coming up collectively. And I'm hoping bringing the highest truth on all that I just said for you is going to shift them. So for me, it's helping me to build trust and faith in the unfolding of this. Whether it be like a month-long thing or whether it be a few months, like I literally, and I know there's going to be gold at the end of this rainbow. I just know it with certainty. So can we bring in this knowing with certainty that there's gold at the end of this rainbow? And that you can see all the positives as they're unfolding. And know that this was an event that was predicted by many, like psychics, scientists, intuitives all over. Like they knew that there was going to be a worldwide event because it's collectively shifting humanity. It's cool. So stay in that place. And I'm getting the fear of, but the people that are dying. So what is important to know is, and this is a reminder, anyone who's worked with me or taking classes will know this, but we actually do have death doors. So it's not that the way I used to think is that God just took you out of your life. Like you didn't know when you were going to go, you just got taken out of your life and it was out of your control. But there's actually, from my understanding, there's death doors that our soul chooses or doesn't choose. So if there is someone who's choosing to transition into the higher realms during this phase, it's like a soul choosing. There's a bigger picture. Maybe they're going to be helping from the other side, right? So they're helping this collective ascension experience in a different way. We can't judge. We as humans don't want to go into this place of fear and judgment of how it's unfolding and who's choosing to go and why. So stay out of judgment and just and I know it's easy to say, but we really got to get to this place of like, this is the soul's choosing, and trusting that there is a completely bigger picture into their transition. And for me, it helps because I can communicate, and we all have this capacity, but I can communicate to a soul that passes and ask like, hey, why'd you leave? What's going on? Like, what's the bigger picture here? And while there might be a grieving process, it really helps the grieving process having that capacity to connect. So if that's something you don't remember how to do, I can help you in the remembering of that. So can we show everyone the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on all that I just said, so that you can feel safe seeing the bigger picture in a soul's choice to transition, seeing how they're an amplification on the other side, and seeing why that's important, why souls are choosing this right now. Not everybody wants to do this ascension this way. They might be choosing to come in a different way. There's so many different factors involved. So I just heard to bring that in for everyone who's afraid of losing somebody they loved. Can we actually go in and release that fear? As much of that fear as is possible for everyone, for yourself and for the genetic lines. Just release this fear of losing your loved ones. And if it's deep, you might need to go in and do some digging, but I'm just hearing to lighten that fear for people, and to do so by allowing them to see the bigger picture, to see the greater purpose in the transition, and to see it as a transition. Like, I've been told a few times, if we actually knew what was on the other side, we'd be celebrating their passing, because it's amazing. So can we show you that as well? Okay, so I'm hearing, sorry, when I yawn, I'm helping with the shift, or there's an energy, collective energy shifting that I'm feeling and experiencing. All right, so let's go in and connect in. We're going to do a bit of an expanding out meditation, and then connect in to ourselves, and then work on some fears that are surfacing. If you have one specific that I don't tap into over the next 5 or 10 minutes, feel free to add it onto the chat, and I will look for those. Okay, so any other questions or comments before I have you guys head into a little visualization meditation? Yeah, Jennifer says she's finding herself and going deeper into self-love in this experience, which is huge. That's amazing. That's definitely the point. Okay, awesome. All right, so we'll get you to get comfortable. And I want you to take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. And let it out. Taking another deep breath in. And letting it out. And I'll get you to expand out. So you're going to feel the essence and the energy of your auric field, or the all that is essence that you are. Expanding it out into your chair. Feeling the energy and essence of who you are expand out into the room you're in, into your whole building. Expanding out through the entire earth. So through Canada, the States, North America, continuing that energy and essence all the way down into Mother Earth, all the way across the earth. And then we're going to continue to expand out past all the stars, past all the planets, expanding out through this beautiful layer of bright lights. So you'll see these beautiful flecks of light, and you'll just expand out through each layer of light. Continuing onward and outward through the golden lights. Continuing onward and outward through the beautiful layers of the jelly. So you'll notice all these beautiful colors of the rainbow as you propel yourself through each layer, heading outward and onward. And then connecting inward to this beautiful bright white light. And this is the essence of all that is in all things. And then we're going to connect inward as well. So we're going to connect into the all that is essence within ourselves to really feel the oneness of this energy. So I want you to take a deep breath in and hold. And I want you to charge your heart essence, feeling in, and you're going to say, I am all that is. I am embodied. I am unconditional sacred love. I am that now. And then feel that essence and energy radiating through every cell in your body and being through your auric field, and then sending it to the world. And then helping you to connect into the truth of who you are. So feeling into all that you are from this place of magnificence, from this place of sacred love. Tapping in, feeling connected and aligned. Okay, so from here, can we just bring in a few downloads? So these go into your subconscious mind, into your body and being. And can we bring in the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on the term trust and the term faith? So can we show you what it would feel like to have complete and total trust in the highest truth and in the divine light, the sacred light that is infusing the planet right now? So even with the spring equinox, there's new light on the planet. We continue to ascend with new light levels. So can we show you how to receive these light levels in your body and being, and how to amplify with these new light levels coming in on the planet right now? And that you know how to be in harmony with these new light levels, and how to allow your DNA and your body to ascend with ease and with joy. And it's safe and possible for you to do so now. So just bringing in those, if you'd like that, say yes. Witnessing these changes coming in, witnessing your cells vibrating with these new light levels, with this new high vibrational frequency of Mother Earth. Showing you how to harmonize there and how to release anything that isn't aligned with that. So any densities, letting those go. Okay, so let's just ask that any old programs that actually aren't aligned with your true self or the truth of all that is, can we just ask for any old programs to be released now as well? It just feels like this new light coming on the planet is allowing us to just let it go. It can be easy now. We're in the new earth energy. It's here. It's happening. So any old programs, any karmic debts, any karmic energies, any fears, any false beliefs that you can just purge and let go of now. Just witness those being released. Releasing them from your cells, from your body and being. And instead, we're going to bring in and amplify the truth of who you are, your true self, and your beliefs that are aligned with all that is, and that are aligned with who you truly are, your amplified self. And let's just show you how to tap into her with ease and with joy and with glory, and you're doing so now. So if you'd like all of that, say yes. So lovely. Okay. And let's go in, because a few people were saying that they had fears around food coming in, running out of food, or running out of like resources. And I heard with that too, because a lot of our fears are actually not even ours right now. A lot of them are genetic, because we've had plagues before, we've had outbreaks before, we've been in scarcity through war and famine and the depression and everything else. So can we go through our genetic lines through all time and space where there's been scarcity and lack of food, lack of resources? And can we show everyone then how now is different? Because again, that was the old world. And we're in a new world essence now. And there's a different energy and awakening on the planet currently, but there's also different technologies available to us. And it just feels like the governments are actually like, Germany just announced they're giving $600 billion to their people. Like, nobody wants a recession right now. I just keep getting that this fake money, or this, I don't know where the money comes from. It's really coming from the bank of all that is, but there's going to be money dumped into the system. So all the ways you've been looking to the past to show you what's going to happen now, can we release that? Releasing all the ancestral fear and scarcity and lack. This is huge, and let's just do this for humanity as well, because this is definitely, there's a whole matrix of fear and scarcity and lack connected to famine and connected to outbreaks. So just releasing that for all of humanity as much as we possibly can from the matrix of that old world, and can we tap us all into the matrix of the new world? So there's these new world matrices forming of love and of surrender and of flow and of trust and of faith and of freedom and of sacred love, divine union, just living without judgment, all of that, being in this it just is space. So can we anchor you into that matrix now? And anchor your ancestors if they're willing to receive it. Show your genetic line how to connect into those frequencies and those vibrations on the deepest level, and how to kick out these old ways of living and being and thinking. And can we show you, the next fear I'm getting is like the fear of losing your job, or the small businesses or larger businesses going out of business. What I get yesterday, even like, I don't know, my business isn't even gonna look like my business in the new world. It's gonna be completely different. Like in the new world energy, we actually don't need to heal. There's no healing required. We just get to be. So my business, whatever it is, will shift and change. And what I keep getting is, if we stay in this place of the old and our jobs are in the old and we're not willing to see how they're going to transition, that's going to be kind of a resistant resonance. So can we show you how to surrender your job as you know it, and how to trust that it is aligning with these new world frequencies? And whether it's a completely different job you're going to step into, it will be way more fun, way more light, way more profitable in however that looks in the new world, because I feel like it's going to look different. But that you can totally surrender it. Like even for me, I think I'm going to go back to teaching part-time next year on a part-time basis, but I keep hearing teach, don't teach to the education system, teach as a new world teacher. So I'm going to infuse all of these practices into my classroom, and however that's going to look. I don't even know what the education system is going to look like next year. There's lots of transition going on in every system in the world. So can we show you what it would feel like and how to be in flow with this transition, knowing that it's flowing you towards more of all that you truly desire, and that you've got that now. And that you can be quiet and still and go inward now to allow that creativity and that wisdom to flow, because that's part of it. Well, I think I think it was Sir Isaac Newton who, a lot of the inventors were, I think it was Sir Isaac Newton, though I should have wrote his name down, but he was stuck for 2 years based on a plague and created calculus and created all of these incredible things. I'm sure he was channeling a few universal laws while he was in stillness. So like, what else is possible for you? What can you do now with this time and with this capacity to be that you haven't truly accessed up until now? So can we show you how to access and tap into, whoops, I just lost my thing, true beingness, and that that's safe and possible for you, and you're able to do so now? And what if you could actually let go of busy? So what if you can step into the new world with totally different perspective on what your daily life looks like and what your priorities were? I feel like this is supposed to help us completely step into a different set of priorities for humanity. It's incredible. So can we show you that and what that would feel like, and how to align your priorities with your work? Because it feels like for some of you that are afraid of losing your job, it feels like some of those jobs aren't actually aligned with the highest truth of who you are. So if that's your reality, receive it. Stop resisting it. So can we show you that too? Okay. Oh, what were some of the other fears here? Control. That's kind of the same thing. It's like you can't be in control. And the example I always use, I saw this once in a newspaper. It was Santa holding this beautiful, massive teddy bear behind his back and asking the little girl, like, hey, can you just hand me your teddy? And she's like holding on for dear life, like, I can't give this to you. You can't take it from me. This is my teddy. And it's like she didn't want to surrender the control of her having to hold on to this attachment thing and realize that what was coming next was far greater than her, you know, wildest dreams, but she had to surrender and let it go. So can we show you that all the things that you're holding on to so tightly and all the things that you think you have to control need to be the way they are, can we show you what it would feel like and how to surrender them in this I am presence, in this all that is essence, and surrender them in a way that I know if this is in my highest and best, it will come back to me, amplified, or something even greater is coming to me. So can we show you how to sit in that place of knowing and be in that place of knowing that that's safe and possible for you and you're able to do so now? Okay, cool. And so the helplessness to protect those we love, that was one that came up. And if you guys have any other fears, write them down. Fear of losing all your investments. Yes, I get that. Okay, so the first one is the helplessness to protect those you love. So if you feel like you have to protect your loved ones, you're not seeing their capacity as all that is. So, and you're also judging their soul journey. So this is something I had to look at. It's like, I don't know better than my loved ones. My loved ones are also connected to all that is. They are a walking being of source energy, of God essence in a physical body, right? So who am I to judge their choices? So can we show you what it would feel like and how to live without judging another's choices and how to honor what they're choosing without you perceiving it as right or wrong or good or bad? And instead, can we show you how to surrender and trust the bigger picture and trust that they have their own soul agenda and their own soul purpose and their own soul calling, whatever that is. And again, how to let go of controlling that and how to trust and have faith in the bigger picture. Their soul knows exactly what they're supposed to do and be through this ascension process. Okay, so can we bring that in for you and bring in that trust and faith in the bigger picture for them and for yourselves as well? Okay, and then when it comes to your investments, it's interesting because I keep getting, and I don't know how far this is, but I don't know that, it feels silly to say, but I don't know that money matters in the new world. Like from sacred love and divine union and from that space, why would money matter? Like it doesn't, but it's hard for our human selves to understand that money doesn't matter and doesn't exist in that same capacity as it is now. So can we show you that from this place of fear of losing all your investments, you're actually in lack, you're locked into lack, and lack doesn't exist in the new world. So all the lack that you're holding on to and all the ways you're locked into the old world essence of the financial systems, can we show you what it would feel like to know the creator that you are, the co-creator, the manifestor, the materializer that you are in this new world essence? And because we haven't stepped into it yet, we actually can't cognitively understand how that could look, but can we show you how to play in attracting in all that you desire from that place? And again, how to trust it. This is a worldwide event guided by these all that is essences. There's actually there's something about people losing their finances, even if it's just temporary, that's a part of this. It's like we're holding on to our finances as security and as safety, but that's not true security and safety. Security and safety comes from within. So all the ways you've been using your finances and all your properties and everything that you're holding on to as yours, as ownership, because again, that's old world energy. That's not oneness. So this is cool. So can we release all the ways you're making all that you have in the material world as safety and security? Can we destroy and create all that? Anything that doesn't actually exist, and show you what it would feel like and how to know that safety and security comes from your inner guidance system, comes from the all that is essence that you are, and to know the difference, and how to actually release the need to be in the material world. And I feel like it's just a seed that's coming because there's a part of me that's resisting that too. So we'll just take the seed of that download and let it unfold in the ripple effect of the new and bring that in. Cool. Okay, so let's breathe in those changes. So breathing all of that in. Holding, amplifying, sending these changes to every cell in our body and being, and then just allowing our neural pathways to realign with these changes. And any other fears coming in for people? How are you guys feeling? And I'm just hearing like, you know, at times my kids are triggering me, and certain things like people are saying when I'm out in the real world grocery shopping or whatever. It's like, notice those things as they show up and release them. It's like they're intended to come up to be released right now. So let's show you that. Okay. I think that was the majority of it. And can we also give you the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on freedom? And can we show you what it would feel like and how to know that you're truly free? We're being asked to step into freedom. Like, it's interesting because right now our freedoms have kind of been taken away from us. But on the other side of this, it's going to amplify our freedom if we all just kind of align with what's required right now to prevent the virus from being spread. And yet, it's like it's healing and it's amplification that's spreading at the same time. It's so cool. Okay. And I'm hearing just to remind people that they're immortal. So can we remind you that you are immortal, that you're an infinite being, and that you can be an infinite being and choose to stay in this body through this whole ascension process, and that that's possible for you. And if you choose not to, that's cool too. No judgment. But I think we're all here to be way showers and to be light workers. And none of us have done this. This is the cool thing. It's like, I was saying this to my friend last night. I'm like, none of us have been way showers as enlightened beings in a human body. It just hasn't happened yet. So this is like uncharted territory, which is why, you know, all of us are like, our souls are like, yes, bring this on. So can we bring in that like soul yes? That's super excited. And show you how to stay in that place, to not let the outside world of fear click in for long. You can just pop back into love. And if you need to replay this, that you can do so to amplify. Cool. So I'm just hearing to do a couple last visualizations. So take a deep breath in. And I want you to feel into any remaining areas of fear in your body. So for me, there's a little bit here in my throat. And there's a little bit just outside of my solar plexus. It's just kind of like niggling there. I think it's connected to the finances. So instead of resisting the fear, we're going to go into it. So I want you to actually feel into that fear and go into it. So notice the color it might be, notice the sensation, and you're going to go into it until it completely changes or transmutes. So feel into that fear, notice its presence, feel the essence and energy of it, and go into it until you notice it change. So for me, I just saw this white, almost like tingly light, flaky light coming in and just literally transmuting it. And this wave of joy came in. So allow it to transmute for you. Yeah, and can we show you how to trust that all is well? But not just that it's well, that it's like so much more than you can possibly imagine. Bring in that my greatest desires are coming true now. And this is it. It's time. Okay, awesome. Okay, so from this place, it feels like everyone's feeling really grounded and relaxed. So can we just bring in the highest perspective, understanding and truth of relaxation, of calm, of amplified truth, and of being the light, being all that is, and how to be a way shower in the world. And I'm just hearing for you to tap into energetically right now what the world is asking of you. So how could you be a contribution? We're going to do an amplified group healing here. So I'm seeing again, like out of my hands, this kind of wave energy that's going to kind of light weave denser energies. A lot of times too, I see my body just beaming light, and I just see it cutting through everything, transmuting anything that's negative, anything. So I want you to see that. In the video I did, I just said like you could beam out of your heart like Care Bear stare the world love. However you're feeling guided, we're just gonna witness ourselves collectively together as a group, sending a healing to the world, creating change from the inside out. Okay? So taking a deep breath in, asking how you'd like to witness yourself being the change in the world. So seeing what that is for you. Again, whether it's your heart center just radiating love, maybe you're seeing light coming out of your hands and radiating love. But feel that amplified love coming to the world. Feel that amplified trust, that surrender, that knowing of this new world that we're stepping into, and then the release of the old. Stepping out of the old ways of doing humanity, the old ways of doing human, and stepping into the new ways of this new earth. You've got that now, that we're sharing this energetically, these seeds of wisdom, of knowings, of high vibrational energy with the world. And it's not as though you're letting a part of you go, it's you just being you. So this doesn't require any energy. Let's just show you how to be you and how to be received as the highest vibrational frequency that you are. And you already are that now. Can you feel that? It feels so heavenly. I see, like, it's kind of cool. I see us all standing together, those on the call now and in the future, in a big circle around the earth, and just seeing this wave of healing coming over it. And it's going deep into the core. And Mother Gaia feels happy. Like, I just feel this heart-loving, joyful energy coming off of the receiving end of this. So lovely. Okay. And Julie's asking how long I think this will last. I keep getting that it's actually not going to take that long. But I don't know, like when I asked, I heard April 20th, but I'm not sure. It's so hard to know. And like when I asked before when shifts are going to happen, I kept hearing March, and of course that's what's coming through. So I don't know, it feels like there's going to be a massive shift come in April towards mid-April, mid to end of April, towards this being done. Like, to me it feels like it comes in fast and it goes out fast, and that's what a couple other people have said that I've tapped into energetically, like other ascension guides or psychics or whatever you want to call them, intuitives. So feel into that for yourself and just ask for yourself, like, how long does it feel? To me, it doesn't feel like a long time. It really doesn't. It's long enough that it shakes people up. It's long enough that, we start to have these new perspectives around priorities and what matters and creating change in the world. But it's been 1 week and I already feel like that's happened in a massive way. And to me, I'm getting the faster we figure it out, the shorter this virus is going to take. So like us sending love to the earth is going to help amplify. Does that make sense? Sound cool? Okay. So any other questions? We've been an hour almost here. Lots of participation. Any other fears popping in for people? So again, if you're like, okay, that was cool, I want to go a bit deeper, I'm doing a quick mini session right now where you can share like a fear or something that, sorry, my bangs are bothering me today, or something that is holding you like this really surfaced, because again, our stuff is intended to come to the surface right now. So if you're feeling that something's coming up for you, I'm doing little mini sessions for $33 until Sunday. You can also work with me on a one-on-one Skype basis. Love technology for that. If you want to do a super powerful session where we can just blast things out quickly, or if you want to deepen your connection, whatever it is, that's always available. And then I also do a masterclass. So a bunch of the people actually on this call are on the masterclass, but it's a very similar process to this where we go in deep. There's lots of guidance and awareness that comes through. The first Monday of every month, the replay is available. And then every Monday I type in messages that come through me. So I basically channel an intuitive message for the group. And then every Friday I pull a card and bring in downloads of healing around like a video of downloads for your benefit. And I'm gonna offer it for $39 a month right now. So I'll add that link to the replay as well as to this group. But I would love, love, love for you guys to join. Thanks, Jess. Pat saying pretty cool how the dolphins are already swimming. Don't know what you mean by that. But I'm gonna say it's pretty cool too. They weren't swimming before maybe, and they are now. And I don't pay attention to the news as much as maybe I could. The water is clearer than it hasn't. Oh, wow, that's so cool. The water's clearer than it has been. The dolphins are swimming. Yeah, it's like we're cleaning up the earth energetically. Mother Gaia is ready for massive transformation. Yay. And so are we. We're her cells. Like, we're the little cells of the earth. It's like we're ready to transform to our highest potential. So whatever you require to be your highest potential, be that now. You're being offered the time to do that. And for me, like, I'm sure if you got little kids, it's not always easy. But find the time, right? And then like soak up the nuggets as you have them in your experience. Cool. Love it. Thank you guys for your participation. Awesome. Anything else? Any other questions, comments, concerns? Please share this with anyone that you think would benefit. Watch it a few times. You're going to get the downloads. You'll receive them deeper, and you'll be like, I don't even remember her saying that before, because we can only receive a certain amount. So you'll receive all that you're able right now, and then if you listen to it again, you'll be able to receive even more. Amazing. Yay, you're so welcome. Thanks, Jeanette. Okay, all you lovely humans, I love you. I'm grateful for you. Thanks for the amplification that you are in this world and for your way showing through this process. You guys are amazing. Let's keep in contact. See you soon. Ciao.